Alright guys, we have set the game up here. We have got in everything, all the zombies in the spots where it shows zombies. The item locations, we have set up item deck A has 2 green herbs and handgun bullets, and then item B just has a shotgun. They've been shuffled up. The tension deck's been shuffled up, 16 green cards, 1 Echoes of Darkness and Amber card, and 1 Undead Ambush. I will be starting on character 1's location. The map is turned this way. I have to start on character 1 every time because I'm a single character. So, and we're gonna play scenario 1 here. I'm gonna get the back of the rule book here, and so I have the player order. No, that's not it. Where's it at? Oh, that is. Yep, it is on the back of it. We are in the rule book. Look at me. Way to mess that up, huh? Okay. So, first thing we do is the action phase. So we can take up to 4 actions. It's move, attack, open, close the door, search, trade, or use an item. Now I get 4 actions, so I could 1, 2, I could move into the zombie space. But if I wanted to do another action, I'd have to roll an evade check, and his evade check would be 2 dice. And because he is a small base, and there's only 1 small base, I would just need one of these little symbols like that, and I would have rolled that, and then I could continue with another move action out. If I had failed that roll, I would have been immediately taken a damage, and I would have lost that action. So can I start there? Or I can take an action and I can fire with my handgun. And as line of sight, I could fire a shot. I would get one single bullet hole, and that would be able to push the zombie, so I could push the zombie away. If I had missed, the zombie would come after me. So, and if I had missed in my square, I would get bit. Also, and I would also have to deduct the ammo I used from my handgun dial. It's at 15 it starts at. The shotgun's for later. And I can fire up to 3 rounds, so I would deduct 3 rounds from my handgun ammo, taking me down to 12. And I could roll 3 dice. It's the max you can roll with the handgun. And I would get a miss and 2 singles, which would allow me to push the enemy twice. So I could technically go 1, 2, and push him around the corner. Then I could take my next 3 actions, 1, 2, 3. Then he would move into my square, and then I could try to get out of his square, or I could try to attack him again. So that is moving and attacking. If he was here, I could, or at range 1, I could attack him with my knife. That's 1 dice. I missed, so he would immediately move in, and if I attacked him again, I missed again, he would immediately bite me, and I would take a damage. But as I take that bite damage, I can push him away. So we only can push them away if they bite you, and you only can push the one away if it bites you. So if there's 2 in the square, one's going to stay there, and the one that bit you is going to leave. Because if there's multiple enemies in the square, in your square, only one will bite you, but you can only push one away. So that's how that'll work. And if you need to evade out of a square with 2 zombies, you need to roll that symbol. And if it's 3 zombies, you need to roll that symbol. Or if it's a large base, just a single large base like a liquor, you need to roll the 2. And if it's a large and a small, you need to roll the full evade. Now, that is movement, dodging attacks, reactions, things like that. Zombies are basically going to do their basic attack, which is right here, and then they have a special attack for when the deck tells us the tension deck will tell us what to do. And then after I take my turn, after my 4 actions are done, the zombies will get to react. So say I moved 1, 2, and then I tried to evade with 2 dice. I failed. I get bit. So I would take a damage. And then I would end my turn there. Now, on their turn, on their reaction phase, he would go for a bite, and I would get a chance to evade it this time. And I do evade it, so nothing happens. I don't take any damage. I cannot push him away. Actually, I could have pushed him away the first time when he bit me. So then he would have moved into my square and not attacked me. So now I would draw a tension card. So the tension card I would draw is Echoes in the Darkness. So place an Echoes in the Darkness token on the tile occupied by the next character to activate. And that would be me. So if I kept on this tile, this L-shaped tile, on my next tension phase, I would have to draw 3 cards instead of just the 1 tension card. And then it would be back to my turn again, and I would have my 4 actions, which I could evade and try to avoid him. I can also, say I avoided him, and I go 1, 2. I could open this door and move in here, and then this guy would follow me. Then I could, draw a tension card, and then I could flip this, and now he won't react anymore because the tiles aren't linked. Only tiles linked by an open door do all the zombies on that tile activate. So, or on a tile with a character. So if you're on a tile and there's no zombies, then they're not going to activate if the tiles aren't linked together. If I left that door open, everywhere I went that was linked to that tile, the zombies would move. That zombie would move. So if I left this door open and then I opened this door, both these would move. And then if I opened this door, all 4 would start moving. And then if I went over here, and then this guy, and if I ducked back in here to get this A token, and I left all these doors open, I could be in all kinds of trouble if I was just evading zombies and not killing anything. Because you only get, you start the game with 15 handgun rounds and your knife, and that's basically it. My goal for this mission is to get into this building here and get that B token, which is the shotgun, in which my character Hunk can use the shotgun. And I mainly want that for future scenarios, since I am doing campaign mode. I do get to carry over my weapons, so I want that for future scenarios. So I will definitely be collecting that. If I wanted to, I could not pick up any items, and I could have a mini boss battle with Brad Vickers in this room here. And if I did that, starting in the next scenario, I could take the Advanced Clear Redfield token card. So that's basically all of that. There's, like I said, there's the items. You can pick up an item for an action, and when you do, you have to make sure, before you even try to pick up an item, you have to make sure you have room in your inventory. I have 8 slots, so I have 5 available, so I could pick up all 4 things on the board. But on future levels, there's going to be more than what you can hold. You can put things in an item box, which we'll get into when they appear on the board. Also, in later scenarios, you'll be rolling for different encounters and things for that, and I intend to mark the rooms with tokens so I know that I have to roll on that and which ones I've already rolled on. It's a green, red, amber, and green, red, amber. Yeah, so there's 3 colors. I have green and red and yellow. Oh, and then there's a yellow. So I don't have an amber, so I'm going to use red for amber, and then 2 red tokens for a red room. And once you go there the first time, you don't have to roll again unless you get a card that tells you to do that. So most of this deck is full of all clear cards. I know I just shuffled it, but most of this deck is all clear cards, and there's 2 bad cards. And normally, other than scenario 1 and 2, if this deck ever runs out, you lose the mission. So, and in campaign mode, you only have 2 continues. So if your tension deck runs out from scenario 3 onward, then you lose the mission. and you have to use a continue. On scenario 1 and 2, you just reshuffle the discard into a new tension deck. Because in scenario 3, you learn about ink ribbons and typewriters would allow you to reset your tension deck and add a new element to the game. Basically, the first 3 missions are teaching you all the rules of the game. The first one is super simple. It's not anything crazy. It allows you to pick up the shotgun if you're doing story mode, so you have something a little more crazy. And if you played the video game, you know you get that pretty early in the game itself. Especially if you played the demo, you got it real early. So we already get the shotgun. Now if I played as Claire, she can't equip the shotgun. She would be able to equip the bow gun, which would be something in the next level. So that's something I don't have to worry about. So that's basically an overview of the setup. It doesn't matter what tile you pick as long as it's the right shape. So just lay out the tiles. And on Board Game Geek, there's a nice reference sheet here that I was able to print out that has all the scenarios on it and the number of each tile that you need to set that scenario up. So you can pull all that out of the box and then immediately start setting it up without having to keep going back to the box to hunt for tiles. So that's all that good stuff. So that's it. It's just a quick overview of the rules and how the game plays. As we get further along here, we'll go over some more in-depth rules. But that's basically covering the basic of it. Not quite special zombies or poison or anything like that. We'll get into that later when that comes up in the mission. But that's going to do it for this video. You can visit me on these social media links. They'll be in the description below. And if you so choose, you can support my channel on Patreon. I do scale modeling content, and that's on pause for a time being, and I will continue that in the future, I promise. But currently, I'm just going to be playing through Resident Evil 2 and some Zombicide. I have a lot of Zombicide content already recorded, so that will be uploaded periodically, but this will be uploaded also. So thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Welcome to Engineering Scale Models presents Tabletop Strategies, Tips and Tricks for Tabletop Board Games, one of my other hobbies other than scale modeling. So today we are going to look at some gamer strategies, and we're going to be doing a playthrough of Resident Evil 2, the board game. We're going to be doing the first scenario, which is the tutorial scenario that is in the rule book. We will go to the overhead camera here, and we will move it a little bit because it's off, weirdly off. Okay, again, if you watched my previous video, I'm playing as Hunk. He is one of the expansion characters for came in the 4th Survivor Pack. I am playing the story mode campaign version with 2 continues. I start the game with first aid spray, a handgun, and a knife. I have a marksman ability. Once per activation, Hunk may reroll all of the dice from an attack roll. Providing the weapon used was not a knife, he must keep the results of the second roll. And then when I reload a weapon, reload to full instead of printed amount. Additionally, roll an encounter die. If the umbrella symbol is rolled, do not discard the ammunition item. So I have the potential to keep my upgrade cards. So my ammo reload cards. It's 1 in 6 chance, just like a lot of the other things in this game, 1 in 6 chances. So that's going to be it. I got 15 handgun ammo starting the mission. I'm starting the mission over here. I'll get the little pointer out. So I'm starting over here with Hunk, and my goal is to make it out this door in this area right here is where I'm going. Now I am playing solo mode, so I will be by myself. Normally another character would start in this space here. It's all green rooms. Later on it'll get more dangerous. In the A deck, I believe in this A deck right here is 2 green herbs and a handgun ammunition, and in the B deck is the shotgun, which is something I can use, and I want to get that for my next scenario because I get to keep it, and that is located in this room right here, in this B item deck here with these 2 zombies guarding it. Now I have doors connecting the tiles. They're all currently closed. And I have the 3 A deck items. I have my tension deck. I don't have to worry about a time limit on this one because of the fact that I get to reshuffle the tension deck if it ever runs out. Later on, that won't be possible. I'll have to use a typewriter and an ink ribbon to refresh my tension deck. So I have 4 actions. I can move, I can shoot, I can attack, I can evade. Mainly, I want to move through here. I only have the 15 rounds of ammunition. I could possibly get a handgun reload and then maybe even use that a couple of times. But I don't want to count on me getting that. I do plan on trying to get all the items. They are... This one right here is a little bit out of the way. So I don't know if that one will be a possibility. It would involve me fighting 2 additional zombies. I definitely need the shotgun. I get an additional 3 rounds in campaign mode, so I could spare a shot, and then it would put me up to 7 at the end of the campaign. So if I need to shoot something with a shotgun, I prefer to have all the ammunition for later scenarios. When I played the video game, I was very ammo conscious, but the knife is not very good in this game. You're going to take more damage. I feel I'm going to take more damage. So this is my first playthrough. I did the overview video going over some basic rules and stuff earlier. If you watched it, if not, check it out. So I'm going to take my turn, 4 actions. I'm going to move 1, 2, and then I'm going to attempt to move again, and I'm going to attempt to evade this enemy. Now my evade is 2 dice. And I need to at least roll one of these symbols. I roll one of those symbols, my evade is successful, and I can move on to the next square. So I rolled a level 3 evade and a level 2 evade. So that will be my 3rd action there, and my 4th action will be here. Now it's the player turn reaction phase. So now all the enemies on my tile and a link tiles would be able to move. Since if they had open doors, there's no link tiles, only the tile that I'm on. So this zombie is going to come after me and move right here. Now I will draw a tension card, and I get all clear. So it basically says, a howl in the distance breaks the silence, a long and mournful note for the city of ruin. So that's basically all clear. So now it goes back to my 4 actions. For my first action, I'm going to open this door. And for my second action, I'm going to step through the door. And my third action, I'm going to close the door. And then now I can move diagonally here, but I can't move diagonally around corners. So for my 4th action, I will move here. There are no zombies to react because there's no zombies on any linked tiles. All the doors are closed, so I'm relatively safe. Let's see what the tension deck has to say. Another all clear. A flickering light above dispels the calm, but a moment before returning to a strong, steady glare. Okay, so now I am going to attempt to get this item over here, this A item deck here. It might be some handgun rounds, may come in useful. At the end of the scenario, my handgun does go back up to 15. But I may have to spend a lot of rounds in this section over here. So I'm going to spend 1 action to get here because I can't go a diagonal around a corner. So I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, and end my turn on the A deck. Now I'm going to draw my tension card. It's another all clear. Now there are 16 all clears in here and 2 bad cards, so it's going to be pretty light. Fresh air fills your nostrils, casting aside the sickly scent of blood, at least for the moment. Okay, so my first action is I'm going to pick up this item from the A deck, and I get a green herb, which I will put into my inventory. I have 8 inventory slots. I have now 4 occupied. So equipped items are considered inventory. So I have a green herb can heal me by 1. And a first aid spray can heal me by 3. And I can mix a green and a red, but there are no red in this level. So that was 1 action. Second action, third action, fourth action, I will open this door. Now, this zombie is on a linked square now, because this is my square. It's linked by the door. It's the only one, so it's going to shuffle forward towards me. Now, I draw my tension card. It is all clear again. The wind scratches across the empty streets. Loose, deterious, the only movement in the merciful stillness. Okay, so now it's back to my turn. I'm going to go 1. Not going to worry about closing that door, because there's really nothing in that room, and that zombie, he would have to get a special card that's not in the deck. So, second action here. Third action, I'm going to attempt to evade, which I fail. So this zombie will automatically get a bite, and I lose that action, but I can push the zombie away. So that was my first, second action I lost. Third, fourth action. So this zombie will move forward towards me. And now I get all clear again. Somewhere in the distance, fingernails scratch against the glass pane. The urgency of the sound matching your racing pulse. Okay, so now it's back to my turn. Now I want this shotgun. So I'm going to do 1 action, 2 actions. I'm going to open this door, and I'm going to fire 3 handgun rounds. Now, handgun has rapid fire. It rolls 1 blue dice. I only can shoot at one of the zombies, so I'm going to shoot at this one here. I'm going to spend 3 rounds of ammunition, taking me down to 12. I'm going to roll 3 blue dice. A single hit will let me push the enemy, and a double hit will kill the enemy. Now, no matter what happens, the other enemy is going to react because I did not target them. So, and then this one's also going to react. So, hoping for a double hit. And I get 2 evades and a single hit, which is a push. So, I will push the enemy that I hit to this location. And then this enemy will move into my space. And this enemy will move here. Now, that was 1, open the door, 2, shoot. So now I am going to fire another 3 rounds. 1, 2, 3, bringing me down to 9 for my last action at the enemy in my square. Now, if I miss completely, she's going to bite me, but then I can push it out of the square. So, and I missed completely. So I'm going to use my once per activation to re-roll these dice. And I get a double hit, so I kill that enemy. And that is going to be the end of my turn. This zombie is going to move forward. This zombie is going to move forward. And now I draw my tension card, which is all clear. The wind scratches across the empty street. Loose, detergent only movement. Okay, so that's a repeat. So some of these cards repeat the thing. Try to remember which ones repeat so I don't keep saying it. So now I have an enemy there and I have an enemy here. If I shoot this one in my way, this is just going to move on to my square, and I'm going to be in a never-ending cycle of shooting and having to hit. So I only have 9 rounds left. So I'm going to take my first action to move here, and my second action is to move on this B. So I'm going to roll to evade, and hopefully I evade it. And I do. So I move here. So that was my first action, second action. Third action, I will pick up the shotgun, which is the shotgun. See, that card rolls 2 dice. A single's a hit, and a double's a hit. Doesn't do any area effect or anything like that. I will take the shotgun ammo dial, and up in the corner it says 5 rounds. It gets, so I will put it on 5 shotgun rounds. Now I get 3 at the end of the game if I survive, so it can only go up to 7. So I will at least spend 1 shot to just because I have one free one, but I may want to save that till later. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fire 3 shots with my handgun, taking me down to 6. At this zombie in front of me, this is my last action. And I can push the zombie twice. So I can push the zombie 1, 2. So it's over here with this one. Now I shot, so this zombie's going to react and move forward. Now it's the end of my turn, so actually I hate to do this, but I'm going to backtrack it. I'm going to use my once per activation to re-roll this. Okay, I kill it this time. Okay. I first time playing the game, I forget about that ability, so that's my once per activation to re-roll that. I kill that. Now my turn's done. This zombie moves here. Now I draw my tension card, and it's all clear. And it's a repeat. Fresh air fall fills your nostrils. So that is that. So now it's my turn again. I'm going to move 1, 2. I'm going to attempt to move 3 to this space, which I fail. I'll take a damage. But I get to push the zombie away. And that was 1, 2, 3 to try to move. 4, I will move for my last action because I lost that third action. This zombie will shuffle forward. And now I will draw my tension card. The flickering light above for an all clear. Now it's my turn. I will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. That's the end of my turn. This zombie will move into my square. And now we will draw another all clear. Howl in the distance breaks the silence. So now it's my turn. I will expend 3 handgun ammo. I have 3 left to fire at this zombie. And I kill it with this double here. He said this is a very easy scenario. That was my first action. I could technically, I'm almost won. I just have to kill this one zombie. I get at least 1 shotgun blast. I got 3 rounds left. I could circle back for this other A item, but I'm not going to need it, so I'm just going to move. That was my first, second, third, and then I'll pick up this A item just to pick it up, and it is handgun bullets. So that's there, and now it is my tension phase because no zombies are going to move, and it is all clear. The wind scratches across the empty streets. So now it is my turn. I will move 1, pop this door open for 2, 3, 4 behind this door here. I will not close that door behind me, and that will be my turn. This zombie wants to get to me, but it can't. It has to go the long way. Now, I could pick the direction it goes. It's hard to see, but there's a wall piece right here. So it can't get to me this way, and it can't diagonal because it's a wall there. So it could either move this way or this way. Now, in most games I play, when a player gets to choose, you normally have to pick the worst outcome. So I'm gonna do that for the time being. I may not do it for the entire game if it causes me to die or lose. So I'm gonna put the zombie here, and then now I draw my tension card, and it's an all clear. Somewhere in the darkness, fingernail scratch against a glass pane. Now I'm going to take my turn. Now I don't have line of sight on the zombie, so I'm going to move 1. And I'm going to fire my shotgun by spending one ammunition, bringing me down to 4. But it reloads 3, and it shoots 2. And on either a hit or a double hit is a 1 damage. And I got a single hit, which is 1 damage, killing the zombie. Second action. Third action. That was my second. Third to move. Fourth, I will open the door. I am stuck here for 1 more round. So I will draw my tension card. It is an all clear. Your footsteps echo ominously over the ground before the sound is swallowed by the shadows. And then now I will move out, and that is scenario 1A. Now let's do some campaign cleanup here. So at the end of the campaign, a couple things will happen. Let's look at what I have. I have a shotgun and a handgun. The handgun will go up to 15. It goes back to full. The shotgun will gain 3 rounds, so I can reload 3, so that gives me 7. Now the handgun bullets I have to discard because I can't take them to the next round. But here's how the green herb I can't keep that, so I'll discard that to heal 1, bringing me 1 below fine. Now here's how it works with health sprays. If you have 0 health sprays going into the next campaign, you get 1 health spray. If you have 2 people playing and you have 1 health spray, you'll gain 1 health spray. If you have 0, you'll gain 1 health spray. You can always gain 1 health spray if you don't have more than if you don't have less than the number of if you have less than the number of players. So if you have less health sprays than the number of players, you'll gain 1. No more than 1, just 1. So I will spend this health spray that I have to heal up the rest of the way, and then I will get a new health spray for the start of mission 2A. Now mission 2A plays a little bit similar to this one, where you can reshuffle the tension deck to if you run out of cards in the tension deck, but I believe it adds rooms to it to where the different color rooms mean different things. Okay, so if I would have hung around, my next card would have been spawn 2 zombies in the same tile as the active character on the closest biohazard symbol. So if I would have hung out, I would have had 2 zombies there. And then Echoes in the Darkness would have been the next card. So the 2 bad cards would have been dropped on me right away. Now all these tension deck cards are going to be used in 2A, so I won't get rid of those, but I will get everything out to set up for 2A, and that will be in the next video. This one was short, about 20 minutes, so I'm just going to wrap some things up. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, follow me on these social media sites. I mainly am a scale modeling channel, but I just want to play some games. I play games normally, and friends of mine asking me how come you don't show games anymore. So I'm going to show some games for a little bit. I got a bunch of pre-recorded content. I got an update that's going to explain more about that later. It may already be up on the channel. I'm not sure when this goes up. But if you do want to help me out and you want to support the channel and see more stuff, I'm going to mix it up with different things. You guys can go to my Patreon page, Engineering Scale Models, and contribute a little bit, some, none, it's fine. You just visit the page, check out what's going on. I don't update it as much as I would like to, just due to difficulties with life and stuff. So, but any little bit helps. It allows me to get new equipment, new content, models, different supplies I need, web hosting fees and things like that. So any little bit helps, and it would be greatly appreciated. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this scenario 1A of Resident Evil 2, the board game. And join me in the next video for scenario 2A, where it gets slightly more difficult, but not full difficulty yet. So thank you so much, and you guys have a fantastic day.